is a Shields of Shame exclusive.
Today is October 25th, 2022. It's approximately 10:40 a.m. This is Investigator Amniki, accompanied by Sergeant Doug Rainwater and Deputy First Class Thomas R. Coggins, badge number 2935. We are located at headquarters in the Internal Affairs Office. This is going to be an interview regarding IA 22-008. At this time, I am going to advise Deputy Coggins, Garrity, and the possible allegations of misconduct. All right. So, Deputy Coggins, I'm going to read you Garrity at this time. Okay. At this time, you're being questioned as a part of an official investigation of the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office. You will be asked questions specifically, directly, and narrowly related to the performance of your official duties or fitness for office. You are entitled to all the rights and privileges guaranteed by the laws and the Constitution of the State of Georgia and the Constitution of the United States, including the right not to be compelled to incriminate yourself in a criminal matter. Thomas, is there anything about what I just read to you that is unclear to you?
No, so I'm entitled to have counsel here if I want them?
No, this is not at this point, no.
No, then yeah, I got you.
Okay. I'll give you an opportunity to read this if you take your time, if you want to read it again. I read it out loud. If you'd like to read it to yourself, take that time right now. All right, Thomas. The next form I'm going to present to you is the possible violation that occurred. Okay? Now, this is just a possible violation. Okay? This doesn't mean that, hey, this is what you're... Okay, I just want to make you aware what the possible violation is. And it is out of our SOP, and it's 2-7, misconduct known to agency personnel. Okay, if you want to take an opportunity there and read that to yourself. All right, Thomas, let's start here with basically what happened. Tell me about your interaction with, is it Rabun County Sheriff's Office?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's just start what your interactions was. What occurred? What happened that the sheriff's... Where were you? What happened that the sheriff's office had to respond?
Last night, I guess, or Sunday night?
Sunday night.
Okay.
Which was today.
You mentioned yesterday, too, that you had made a phone call.
Yeah.
So include all that. Any interaction with 911 or the Rabun County Sheriff's Office.
Okay.
Start to finish.
So, we were, obviously, me and her were outside. We were at the fire. We went inside to go shoot some guns. We went inside to load up the weapons. Then we came outside. As we walked outside, she said that she saw headlights coming up down the way. She fired off 3 rounds off to the side into the pond area. The vehicle kept on coming up, and then she assumed it was going to be her ex-boyfriend or ex-hookup friend or whatever.
From APD?
Yes.
Okay.
Just because she lives up there so far, there's no road access up there or whatever. She told me to get behind a tree because he would shoot at us if he saw me there. So I got behind the tree. She walked up. Last time that I saw her walk up, she was tucking her gun that she had in her hand in her back waistband area. And I stayed behind that tree. I heard them arguing. I could not see them up there, but during the course of that argument, well, she was mainly her yelling for him to get out, leave, go away, and he was already outside of his vehicle because I could hear his car door close when he got out.
So this was after she fired 3 shots?
Yes.
He continued to approach the house?
In his vehicle, yeah. And then so he stopped, then he exited, and that's when she started to walk up the way to go and talk with him.
Okay, what happened? Could you hear or see?
All that I could not hear what he was saying. All I could hear was her just screaming, "You need to leave, get out of here, not supposed to be here, leave me alone." Then I heard a shot go off up there.
Another shot?
Another shot went off. Then they just continued just to yell. I still cannot, I hear he was saying her name, but I couldn't make out what he was saying to her. Then she walked back towards the house, and I remember walking up the path and then I believe she walked inside the house too, and then he started walking up, approaching the house as well. I saw him for a second. I said, "What's up, man?" And then she came back out and said, "Get into the house." And we came inside. When we got inside, that's when I called 911.
So you called 911, and you told 911 what?
I said that my friend's being stalked. Her ex-boyfriend's up here, and he'd already called too. I guess that's what he had said he was going to do. He was calling. So then I called, and I didn't mention anything about the shooting or anything like that.
Going back when you first started your statement, you said that y'all had the guns prepared already in the house because
We had been outside at the fire, and while we were been down there hanging out, we decided we wanted to go shoot. We wanted to go shoot guns. She said that's what she does when she's off duty. So she always shoots at the back of her property.
the back of the property, back there where the lake is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so y'all were down by the fire
Fire pit. Yeah.
behind the house.
Mm-hmm. And then we walked inside because she said she wanted to go shoot. So we walked inside. That's where we got her, retrieved the weapons she retrieved her pistol, and I got my pistol. We loaded up like range ammo at her car, like between there and then her car. Then we went back to the back, and we got targets to go set up. But we never actually got to set them up because we were walking with the targets. That's when she said she saw the headlights come around the bend.
Now, when Rabun County SO arrived,
Mm-hmm.
did you tell them anything different in terms of we had already been shooting, or did you explain to them that we were about to?
We never mentioned shooting. They never asked. We never mentioned it.
Okay.
Except for one of the sergeants there. He asked me why all the guns were out there. While all the guns were in the center, like on her not coffee table, I guess that
The kitchen.
the kitchen counter. And I said that we were doing we were going to do some shooting down by the river, but then I guess he showed up.
Okay. So you told that to a sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
Go back a little bit. I know I'm jumping around a little bit. At what point did he leave? The ex-boyfriend.
Once the sheriff's office left.
So he stayed.
He stayed the whole time in his car outside. We were inside, he was outside, and he stayed there.
So they talked to him. They talked to her. They talked to you.
They talked to me and her together. Then they went back outside and talked to him again. And then, yeah, he stayed there the whole time, though, in his car. I'm walking around his car. I don't know what he was doing, but he was still there. He never at any point left and then came back.
Okay. So who told Rabun County about the gunshots?
I'm going to assume him. That's kind of what the detective was telling me yesterday.
Okay. At any point during this evening, did you think about the consequences of her shooting a gun at someone or a vehicle that you should possibly let somebody know?
I mean, yeah. I knew that I didn't agree with that, what she did. I didn't. I kind of talked to her about it too. I said that you messed up.
What part of it did you not agree with?
You can't, I don't know what happened up there. I know that I knew that her shooting with him there, if she just shot with him being there, you can't do that. But exactly, I don't know what happened up there. I don't know if the reason that she shot, did he present a gun to her? Did he show a gun? Did he try to come at her? I don't know what happened. But I just didn't like how that was all handled. We should have just went inside and called the police, and that's what I talked to her about.
Did she mention was she shooting at the car when it was driving up, or was she shooting?
No, it was off to the left. I don't know where the rounds were going, but she was aimed off to the left.
Was it in the direction of the car overall?
Well, the car's coming. Yeah, if the car's coming down this way, it was that way.
Okay, so in the general direction. Yeah. Okay.
All right, that's 3 shots. Let's go back to the 4th one.
Mm-hmm.
While they were standing pretty close together.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you at this?
I'm still behind the tree.
Okay, what tree is that? We were there. What? Walk me by her Jeep.
If you go down the back, so the Jeep, walk down that little side path,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and then I forgot which pine it was. It was one of the pines that were on the side there, but I couldn't see because it was dark too, and he had parked down the driveway a little bit. It wasn't right up. It wasn't right up where her car in the house was, so I couldn't see them anymore. All I could hear was just the yelling.
Okay.
Were you armed during this time? Where was
Yeah.
your gun at?
It's in my hand, down by my side. I have my phone in the other. That was it.
Was that your personal gun or the county gun?
For my personal weapon.
Going back a little bit, there were 3 rounds that were shot as he was pulling in, right, into the pond area, in the general direction of the pond area.
I think it was 3. It might have been 2.
Okay,
Something like
let's
that.
just say 2 to 3.
Yeah.
So there was another shot, and that's when you were in the pine area by the tree, but she was up close with him, talking to him.
She was, yeah.
Okay, so when that shot happened, what did you see?
No, nothing. I saw the shot go off, and then a few seconds later, she walked back towards the house.
Okay.
And that's when I walked up the side, and we met there. He was like kind of following her behind too.
And then what did he do at that point?
He just stopped. I said, "What's up, man?" And then I think he said he was going to call. He called the law or something like that. He said something like that too, if I remember correctly. Then we walked inside, and then I called 911 inside.
Okay, the deputies get out Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
At any point, did you try to mislead any of the Rabun County SO personnel into what the facts were about shootings?
No, I just didn't tell them that. I didn't tell them. I mean, they didn't ask. I didn't tell them.
Well, what didn't you tell him?
Yeah.
About the shooting part, about the whole incident that occurred there. You know, they asked a lot about their kind of relationship, I guess, and like what was going on. And was he, it was like kind of more of, was he allowed to be there or not, in a sense. And I just kind of was like, I told him like what that guy did as far as taking, last time they had came out, taking.
The 18th.
Yeah. It was kind of just like, it was more of that kind of conversation.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. No, let me ask you. What you didn't tell them. You're a police officer. You're a law enforcement officer, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you didn't tell them, would that have been something they could have used? Did you feel that a criminal act had been committed?
I think the possibility was there, yeah.
Okay. What
Right.
criminal act was committed?
Ag assault.
Ag assault. Okay.
The possibility.
Which shot constituted ag assault in your eyes?
One for sure would be the one that happened, I guess. Well, I don't know. It could be the one that it could have been would have been the one up when she was up there. That's what.
The single shot?
Yeah.
They
Okay.
were all close together.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then again, I don't know what happened up there.
Right. Okay. How far away were you from them?
I
I
don't
mean, if
know.
you had
I
to give
was-
me an approximation.
Maybe 45. No, it's more than that. Say probably maybe 25 yards, 30
25 yards,
But I
okay.
just couldn't see though. 'Cause
So
of
the
where it
range
was.
from where we shoot
Yeah.
to the targets, you're about that far?
Yeah, but
20.
it was down on the incline, sloped down, in the pitch black up there, and the headlights were kind of coming in, and I could not see them. Like all I could hear was her yelling to get away. Obviously, I saw her as she walked up, but then at some point she disappeared.
Okay.
Do you think that she was in fear of being injured?
So that's what she has told me previously, talking about him. She's afraid of what he's going to do. She
But
says,
as a police officer,
Yeah.
did you pick up the fact that her voice or his voice, was it a argument that you felt that something bad may take place? I mean, you had your gun beside you.
yeah, because it was already in my hand.
So-
Yeah. It was like I went to retrieve my weapon. We had walked outside about to go and set up targets to go and shoot when this all transpired.
When he was coming down the driveway? Or
Yeah,
the road?
we had just got back to the backyard. We're looking for a place to set up the target at, and so that's what it was. With her screaming for him to get out and get out of here. I mean, obviously she doesn't want him there. She didn't want him there. And she's told me previously that she doesn't know what he's going to do. She's told me that he's been abusive to her in the past, that he's pointed guns at her in the past, and stuff like that. She's told me that she's afraid that he was going to come up there and her. That's what she was afraid of. That's why she didn't want him to come up there. That's why that's why she was always wanting somebody there. She was actively trying to get a TPO, calling, trying to ask, let people know what was going on. Just because she didn't know what he was going to do, and she told me that he was a Marine. He's got PTSD. He's got some issues. He's been violent with her in the past, and then that she was afraid of what he would do to her.
Have you met Ian before?
No,
Sunday night?
except for the Tuesday, I didn't meet him. We didn't have a conversation. He asked me. when he was, because he just busted in the house that night through the door after we had just got home.
Yeah, that's a police report we got,
Yeah.
the 18th.
So no, I've never had a legitimate conversation with him other than, what's up, man?
Okay. Did it ever get crazy in between you two? I mean, like violent or
Who?
you and Ian?
No.
No, not at all.
I never,
He-
no.
Okay, so you guys never went face to face or anything? Right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, all right.
No.
Okay.
Do you think he was aware that you were law enforcement too?
Oh yeah, he knew I was.
Okay. How did he know?
Okay, I guess that he took pictures. He took a picture of me the 18th and sent it. I don't know how he got. I don't know how he figured out who I was. He took a picture of me when I was at her house, and I don't know how, but he figured out who I was. He was able to figure out who my wife was, and then found out her phone number and began texting her.
So your Jeep's there.
Mm-hmm.
So your tag, your registration.
On Tuesday, I was not though. I didn't drive Tuesday.
Okay. That's interesting. So he called your wife?
Yeah, well, he texted her, sent her the video and the picture. I guess he took a video of me just standing there with the sheriff's office in the house.
On the 18th.
On the 18th. Sent her everything. Talked to her, and then I called my wife. I called her about it, and I was like, "What is that? Like, what did he say?" Apparently, he said that he caught us making out or something like that. That's why he came in the house and was mad. But he continued to text her and like kind of bother my wife. That's what she said, to the point that she had to block him, and he would like threaten to show up at her school that she works at. So it was like either she told him that she works at a school, or he had knowledge of what was of either he did something to figure out where she worked at. I don't know, but yeah, he was able to get all that information just off of a picture. My Facebook's 100% private. Only I can see it.
Okay.
So.
All right. Let's recap a little bit about the incident.
Okay.
He drives up. What time of day was this, first of all?
About 10:30,
at night?
10:45, yeah, roughly. I don't remember the exact time.
About 10:30, 10:45?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that you guys are outside, you guys are going to set up targets behind the house, pointing towards the lake, that little pond
Yeah,
area
yeah.
right there. And you guys were just going to target practice, right? What kind of targets were you guys setting up? Paper targets?
The GDAC.
The ones we use?
Yeah.
I got you. All right. So from the point you guys walked out of the house getting ready to set up targets, did this guy show up immediately, or was it a couple minutes later? Or?
It was. We were walking out. We had retrieved the targets. We were walking back down to the back of the property, and then she's like, "Are those headlights?"
Okay.
And I was like, I don't. Yeah, I guess. You know. She's like, "Who's that?" And I was like, "I mean, who do you think it is?" I mean, it's not gonna be one person. He's like, "I know." And that's when she fired off the 3 rounds.
Is
Okay.
it, for y'all, well, at night, 11 o'clock at night, is that something that y'all have done before?
No, my first time I've been up there was Tuesday. That's the first time that I've been up to her house, was the 18th.
Where you met him? But, okay, this was the first time that at 11 o'clock at night, you two decide to go target shooting.
Yeah, she said that she wanted to go do it. She does it all the time. That's what she said, and that's what she does. She says she goes and shoots back there all the time. That's what she wanted.
Was alcohol involved on
Yeah, we
Sunday
were
night?
drinking beer, yeah.
Beer?
Hmm?
Were you intoxicated?
No.
Was she intoxicated?
I don't know. She had 2 mimosas. I don't know if that would. I don't know her level of.
Well, from your observation as a police officer.
No, I did not think that she was impaired.
Okay.
You've seen them before.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that she was.
Yeah.
I don't think that she was. You know, she wasn't slurring her words. She wasn't having a hard time walking. It wasn't.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Thomas, what we need to pinpoint
Okay.
in this investigation for us and for this agency is that we want to make sure that what you told Rabun County Sunday night was completely truthful.
Okay.
And there's no. So let's go back to the deputies arriving Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
You explained to them, once again, that you explained to us. So go back over, at what point, you and her in the cabin, it's roughly 11 o'clock. Describe at that moment, who looked at each other and said, let's go shoot? I mean,
that wasn't decided then. We decided that when we were already outside.
so, okay, go back to when y'all decided. 10:15, 10
Yeah,
o'clock?
maybe 10 o'clock,
fire
10:15. Yeah.
So
Fire
y'all
was going on.
decided out there,
Mm-hmm.
and you went back in the house
To retrieve, yep, to get stuff, pop rounds out.
The guns are on the counter, or in that little kitchen area.
That's where they ended up at when
Yeah.
we came back in. Yeah, but we went. She had to go get him out of her little cabinet. She keeps her gun in, and then I went and got my gun from upstairs. We unloaded everything, walked out, loaded up the
They're in the house.
range ammo. We went to her car for a second. I think she had to get some ammo out of her car. Or get her gun out of her, get a magazine out of her car. I don't know what she had to go get out of her car. But we ended up at her car at one point. And then we started to walk down the way after we loaded up the range ammo. Raven County got there. So after all the incident went down, the only thing that Raven County did was asked, what did y'all have the guns out for?
Yeah, that was a sergeant.
That was the sergeant, yeah. And I said that we intended to go target shoot. He said, "Where did y'all shoot any?" We asked some. We shot some. So I guess I did, do that. And then he said, "Well, why were there so many out there?" And I was like, "It's only a couple, So it wasn't like it was a lot." And then, he was like, "Oh, yeah, it's not normal." And I was like, "Well, she said there's bears out here too. She just told me before a bear broke into her house." And I just kind of said that to him. But the intent, though, those guns being out to begin with, was for us to go and just target shoot. That's what that was.
Whose idea was that? Hers?
I think
Hers?
mutual.
Okay.
Yeah. She.
Who brought it up?
I don't remember. Maybe her, maybe me. I don't know.
So, the first time at her cabin was the 18th.
Yes.
The last time was Sunday night,
Yes.
which is the 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
Only those two times?
No. So I spent a whole weekend up there. I would come home during the day, just take care of my dog, but I would spend up every night up there.
Okay.
Except for the nights except for our work.
The work nights,
Our
which
work
was
nights.
last week on
Wednesday and Thursday.
Wednesday and Thursday
But
nights.
Tuesday night, Wednesday I went to work. We went to work. Thursday I went to work, and then I went up there Friday night, Saturday night, and then
Sunday night. Okay.
You guys are outside. This car starts coming up the driveway, right? At what point does she fire how many rounds was it? 2 to 3?
2 or 3.
Okay. At what point does she fire that?
When the vehicle was, the headlights were like.
How far was the vehicle? About.
You remember coming out there
Oh, yeah.
that first bend, where you make the bend there,
Mhm.
then you come up the straightaway
Yeah.
that straightaway to get to the house.
Yeah.
That's where.
Okay.
If I remember
So the
correctly.
vehicle is at a far distance.
Yeah.
I mean, from your observations at that time, right?
Yeah.
It's far. What would be far to you? If you had to give me how far it was, what would be your approximation?
Maybe a football field, 75 yards maybe.
Okay.
So from that distance at night, headlights coming towards you, how do you think she knew that this was Ian?
Because he's the only one that's going to come up there. She doesn't know anybody else in the area. Doesn't have any neighbors. Her driveway's 3 miles long. I thought it was him too. As soon as I realized the headlights were there too, that's the only person it's going to be.
Can you tell what kind of car it was?
No.
So let's just say you are Kirsty, right?
Yeah.
From where you're standing in front of you, 12 o'clock's in front of you, right? Which way was the vehicle? Was it 1 o'clock? 2 o'clock?
Maybe 2 o'clock.
About 2 o'clock,
Yeah.
right? Where were you standing next to?
I was like back towards the fire pit more.
Okay, how far apart?
Maybe like 10, 15 feet maybe.
Okay. So when she sees the vehicle come up, does she say anything to you?
Yeah, she's like, "Are those headlights?" And I turned
Okay.
around and I was like, "Yeah."
Okay. So what happens after that?
And that's when she fired off the 3 rounds.
Okay. So vehicle's coming that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which hand did she have the gun in?
This one.
Okay.
She kind of just did that. She kind of put her hand here too, if I remember. And just
Okay.
fired three.
All right. So when she fired those rounds, what did you do?
I just stood there.
Okay. Did she say anything? Did you say anything? Okay.
No.
So by firing those 2 or 3 rounds, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that
Why-
she's trying to scare her. I think that she's trying to let people know, like, don't come up here. That's what. I
Okay.
think.
All right.
That's what I thought it was. I thought it was like a warning.
And is that where you told me where earlier you told me, correct me if I'm wrong, that was not the one that you considered ag assault, but the other one, the single one? Okay. So now at this point you are hiding?
So now I'm still standing there,
Right.
and the car continues to advance forward. And that's when she's like, I'm just standing there in the open. She's like, get behind a tree. I was like, why?
You already had your gun, right?
Yeah, it was like, I still had my gun in my hand. I was like, why? And she's like, get behind a tree. He'll shoot at us. Okay. I go walk behind the tree. The vehicle stops, sits there for a second. Car door opens, car door closes. At that point, she already started to walk up the path. I said the last time that I saw her with her pistol, she was tucking in the back waistband area. And they started yelling, get out, get out of here, you need to leave, and that's when a shot went off.
Okay, was he out of the car?
I'm going to assume so because his door closed.
Okay. What kind of pistol did she shoot?
Whatever her pistol was, I think a Walther 9mm maybe.
Okay. Okay.
So I advanced even after, obviously he heard the 3 gunshots.
I would assume so. I mean, ain't nothing else up there.
And he still advanced toward y'all.
Yeah.
Okay. So, did she take it upon herself to confront him while you're hiding at the tree?
Yeah, she walked up there to him. Yeah.
So she walked up to him.
That's what I've said. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just clarifying that.
Yeah, that's what I. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, she.
Okay, so So she walked up to him.
Mm-hmm.
What happened after she walked up to him?
She started yelling to get out, leave,
Okay.
get out. You can't be here. Profanities were in there too, and then a shot went off.
Okay.
Like I said, I still couldn't hear what he was saying to her. I just heard him saying her name. That was it.
Okay. Did you see a muzzle flash or anything?
No, I couldn't. I was behind
you
that
just heard
tree, and I could not see them up there.
Okay. After that shot went off, did he leave? Did he stay?
No, we stayed there. They kept on.
Really?
I mean, I already said that. Yeah, she walked back to the house.
I know.
And I walked up to the side. She went inside the house. He walked up, looked at me. I looked at him and said, "What's up, man?"
Okay.
And then she popped her head back out and said, "Get inside." And that's when I came inside and we locked the door. And then I called 911.
Oh, and he was at the same time calling 911, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So let's fast forward a little bit here to yesterday.
Okay.
Okay. We were surprised with what happened yesterday. We we don't know what happened, but we found out at the end here when those deputies approached you. It was a search warrant.
Yeah.
When you had a conversation with them when they interviewed you, who interviewed you? Do you remember which one?
Older gentleman, the chief of the detectives, I guess.
The big heavyset guy with the hat?
With the mustache.
Okay. All right. So when he interviewed you, what did you tell him?
So initially I was kind of apprehensive about what was going on. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and try to lie to you. But
You're being truthful, right? That's
yeah,
what I want you to
then,
do.
but I told him, obviously he didn't ask the specifics that of y'all had asked, but I told him that 3 rounds went off, and he asked me, "Do you think that was for like more of a warning?" And I said, like, yeah, I think that's what that was for. Walked up, she walked up to him. I still couldn't see anything. She was yelling at him to get out, to leave, to get out, and then a single shot went off up there. And everything that I've told you about what happened, as far as coming back to the house and then calling 911, that's what I told him.
Okay. So what you've told me so far is exactly what you told Rabun County?
From what I remember, that's exactly it. Yeah. Well, you're making me stress out.
No, I'm not trying to stress you out.
That's.
I want to make sure we got our ducks in a row here. Okay.
That's what happened. He didn't ask as many specifics as you guys have.
Okay.
He didn't go into that much detail with me. He wanted to know kind of what just happened with that. He walked me through the video of the times on the videos and stuff like that.
You viewed those videos?
Yeah, he showed them to me.
Okay. All right. All right. So I was at a distance too, and I understand, like you were saying, you couldn't see. There were a lot of trees. There was a lot of foliage out there. So I noticed he walked up to you a couple times.
The detective?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first time he walked up to you.
He was yelling at me about not being deceitful with him. And
Okay, here's the thing.
Explain that,
Yeah.
what he was asking.
He didn't ask me anything. He just walked up and said, "Look here, I will take you to jail," and just kind of gave me a riot act speech. And
About what? To tell the truth?
About being deceitful and don't be deceitful with me and things like that. You don't know what I already know. You know,
Right.
this.
Okay, Tom, let's go back, because this is important. So he came up to you asking you what you knew,
No, he came up to me asking me. He kind of just gave me that speech. From what I remember, he walked up, just gave me that speech, and then he kind of walked away again. Then he came back, and then that's when we started talking.
Okay, so let's back up. So he came up and just started all at once explaining to you, don't give me any type of BS, basically.
Correct. And then he told me after the reason that he did that was because he was worried that I was going to be deceitful.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So, at any time during the first interaction with him, were you deceitful with him?
No, I just didn't.
Okay. I mean, you said you were a little apprehensive, and I can understand.
Yeah, I was apprehensive, but I mean, I told
Right.
him what happened.
Okay. What was making you apprehensive?
You know, because I don't know, just trying to maybe help her out a little bit, I guess. But
How were you feeling you were going to help her out?
I don't know, maybe trying to make there was no good way to make that better. Maybe to make it sound like not as. Still, we can't make it do. I don't even know what my intent was. I don't even know.
I mean, were you scared? Were you?
I mean, yeah, I was a little bit afraid I was about to go to jail. You know, especially when you were thinking that you guys were showing up, and then 5 pickup trucks roll in, and
that was
I know.
That was just.
And honestly,
Because we were talking to you guys and said we're going to be there in 20 minutes or whatever.
You know, so like seeing all that, the way that he walked in, and he put the paper down. I looked at it, saw it was a search warrant. He said, "You need to get out and go talk to those deputies up there." And I was like, "Can I get my phone?" He was like, "No."
Okay, yeah. We knew we were actually kind of by, they passed us, we were behind them, and all the way up that 2-mile dirt
We got
road,
cut off.
We're thinking,
Who are
this
these
looks
guys?
like it was a coordinated
Yeah.
plan, but it wasn't. IA, Internal Affairs, we don't get involved in
We don't do criminal.
activity. We don't even want to know what they
We're
did.
just policy. We don't even know. We didn't even go up there for the search warrant. If you noticed, we stayed back.
I know, yeah, I'm not
Because-
saying that. Yeah, I know.
That's why now this is between us. You're part of our
Right.
agency. That's why we need to get the facts. And they did the criminal thing. Obviously, they found enough probable cause to put her in jail.
Yeah.
Obviously, they didn't find anything criminally for you. That's why you're sitting here.
Right.
We just want to paint a clear picture, like Joe said, for the chief and the sheriff, that
Like, I didn't report this crime. I didn't say anything about it. I wasn't asked about it, but I didn't say anything I should have.
well, that's what we're going to get to in just a moment. But
Yeah.
we just need to get.
So let's go here a little bit to the second time you talked to the chief. Let's refer to him as the chief of detectives.
Mm-hmm.
So the second time he interacted with you, what was said? What was done?
Just I told him that
Yeah.
we were out there looking to go do some target practice. Targets were, we were sitting there, walked outside, literally just walked outside with the guns, loaded up and everything. She said she saw headlights. She fired off 2 or 3 rounds. Then that's when he asked me, "Do you think those were for warning shots?" And I was like, "Yeah." The car pulled up exactly what I told y'all. That I went behind the tree. She walked up there. Last time I saw her was she was tucking the gun in her back waistband. Started screaming at him to get out. Sir, get out. Leave me alone. Leave me to leave. Then the shot went off. I couldn't hear what he was saying. Just like her name, I couldn't make out. I couldn't. All I could hear was her. There was no real argument. Just to get out, leave. Get out, leave. That's what she just kept on saying. Was variations of that. You just need to go.
Was there any physical contact that you know?
Not that. So she had told me that he did grab her, and that he grabbed her, and then she hit him.
Okay.
That's what she told me.
Sunday night,
Yes.
this took place.
That's what she
the
told me.
physical part.
This is while you're behind the tree.
Yes, I didn't see it though, so I didn't know. But she said that's what happened. At one point, but she was also saying a lot of stuff. She was tore up. She was distraught. There. So I just didn't know if she was.
Okay. All right. What other interactions did you have with the chief of detective yesterday? So far we're on number 2, right? The first time when he comes up to you and saying, "Hey, don't lie to me," blah blah blah, and then the second time where you explained everything.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty much. Then I guess after the fact too, he kind of talked to me a little bit after.
About what?
We just kind of sat there and chatted. That's when he said that hey, you need to, you know, I thought you were gonna lie to me or whatever, you know. He said, sorry, you know, that's why I was being like that, because I thought you were gonna be deceitful, that you're gonna let this girl bring you down to
This is the chief of detectives,
Yeah.
the captain,
Yeah.
the mustache.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything, remember, we're two separate entities right now, okay?
Yeah.
We don't have anything to do with it. Is there anything that you didn't tell them that we need to talk about now?
About like the incident? Or, I mean,
about what he questioned you about. Did you give him the full story?
I think so. I mean, he brought up too. He said that he asked me, "Did she try to tell you what to say? Like, come up with a story about what happened?"
Well,
And
that's a good point. Did she try to tell you that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sorry. I mean,
Okay.
And what did she try to tell you?
I don't remember. I really don't. I don't remember what it was.
So Thomas, did you say anything to Raven County that she asked you to say that wasn't
No.
truthful?
Because she tried to. I think that what she was going to try to talk about was because they were out there that night. The night that they came out, I kind of figured. I knew that it was more. They never told us it was, but I kind of just the questions that were being asked and how they were being. I was like, this is more than just
The deputies
The
at the
deputies.
scene on the domestic that night.
Yeah. I kind of figured it was something. It was going to be something more. They were outside looking around for stuff. I was like, you don't do that on domestics. Asking us off the wall about the weapons. Didn't ask him when we were inside, but waited until I was separated. Asked me about him. The fact that he was still there. I was like, yeah, this is going to end up being something. And then throughout, I guess that night, the way we stayed awake, she was talking to some other guy throughout the night.
Who was that?
Frazier, I guess. She said his name's Frazier. I guess they used to work together.
Why was that conversation taking place?
Because I guess that he is well versed in policy stuff with how to handle things,
Oh.
and she was trying to figure out what needed to happen.
All right. Let's go back a little bit more. So she was trying to, let's use the word coach you on what to say.
Yeah.
She was trying to do that. Now, what was she trying to, you said you can't remember?
I can't remember. The only thing I remember is that if she said that she was going to say that she fired a round up at the vehicles. That's what she was going to say. It's like target practice.
At what vehicle? The one pulling in?
No.
Oh.
Where she parks her Jeep at.
Okay.
That was it.
That doesn't make sense. Why would you shoot at your vehicle?
I honestly, I thought that she was just freaking out. That's
Okay.
what I didn't think that she was gonna do any of it. I thought that she was just talking.
So do you believe that's what you told the investigators?
Well, I know that she tried because I asked the investigator at one point, like, did she even just try to tell you what happened? No, she came up with some just bullcrap story and just stuck with it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. That's what the investigator said.
You told the investigators.
I told the investigators what I could. I don't know what happened up there. Just like I told you guys, I couldn't see.
Behind the tree.
I don't know if when she was up there yelling at him to get out, did he lift up his shirt for a weapon? Did he start to come at her? You know, she also said that he grabbed her, then she punched him or he slapped him. That's what the detective told me as well. That he had said that he was slapped by her. So.
All right. So you're telling me that there's nothing that you've left out that you didn't tell. You didn't keep anything from the detectives. Did you omit anything?
I didn't try to. No.
Okay. You didn't try to. Did you?
No, not that.
Now let me ask you something. Let me just put
Yeah.
you something. This is after the fact. Now we're talking about this.
Right.
You know, we're human beings. Our brains work different. Okay.
Yeah.
We remember stuff as we go along. I can't remember what I had for breakfast, but I'll tell you in about 2 hours. You see
Right.
where I'm going here? All right.
Yeah.
Is there anything new that, you know, sometimes when we talk things out and, you know, we try to relive it and put ourselves there again, stuff comes to you, and it happens to everybody.
I mean, she told me that she had shot a weapon up there. She told me that she told me that she shot. That's one thing too. I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did she tell you exactly?
That she had shot. She told me that she had shot off to the left. Like when she was up there and they were together, that she shot off to the left.
Was that one shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then she said the bullet might have went by his head or something like that too. But that's what I didn't tell them that yesterday because I
Okay.
forgot about that.
Okay. Did you honestly forget about that?
Yeah, I
or-
did.
Okay. I can understand. You're under stress and
Yeah, I was.
your brain's
yeah,
going a
dude.
million. Okay.
I did. I remember that now, but because she had told me it was off to the left.
To the left of him.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
it went by his head, she must have pointed it at him.
Right. I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what she said though, and again, that was when she was so just tore up and distraught, crying.
That's-
And that was that single shot, right?
That's what she said.
Okay. Which kind of goes with the one you heard.
Yeah.
You heard that one shot.
Yeah, that's what I. Yeah.
And the charge
Yeah.
that she's in jail for.
Oh, correct. Yeah. We are, like I said, we don't handle the criminal aspect of all this. Okay. We're handling Forsyth County policy here. Okay.
I hear you.
All right. Well, I'm not here to head me up on criminal charges because I'm not. Because you clearly read that Garrity, right?
Yeah.
And that's what that
I'm not
Garrity
too
said.
worried about it. I mean,
Okay. No,
I told them what happened. I remember.
I'm here for you. We're here for you. Okay. We want to clear this up. All right. But like I said, to clear this up, I need you to tell me everything that happened. Is there anything else that I should know? Is there anything in the back of your mind right now about this incident that's bothering you that I need to know about? Because here's the thing, Thomas. Tell me about it now. We'll talk about it now. I don't want to find things out later as I go along. Okay?
No, man, not that I can.
Okay. So
Not that I can think of.
let me just ask you this. You've given me a truthful statement about what you heard and saw.
Yeah.
Okay. You give me a truthful statement about what you told the deputies.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't omit or leave anything out.
Well, obviously, I already admitted
Well-
that I did that with the deputies. The deputies that responded out initially. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We didn't mention the shooting that happened at all. We
Right. You didn't
mention-
talk about. Okay.
We didn't
But
mention all
other than that. Okay. You just remembered that she told you that. Yeah.
Well, I told, yeah, she had fired off
Right.
around to the left, but
Okay.
I told the Raven County guy that too.
Okay. So they know about that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Is there anything else? Let's go back again. Is there anything else that we need to know that you need to tell us to help you out in this investigation? I mean, if you got to think
No,
about it
I-
that hard, that means that you've been truthful, right?
I mean, she was obviously trying to, like I said, trying to figure out a story, what to say, talking to Frazier about it, figuring out what she needs to do as far as that goes.
And you told me you don't remember what that story
No,
was.
I
She
think
tried to put
she-
one on you,
she
but
tried to. Like I said, I know that she wanted to say that she had fired a shot up at the vehicles for target practice because she usually shoots up there. Another thing that she said too, I forgot to tell them that yesterday, is that we were walking around after the fact, and she said that she found like a 5.56 round laying in the driveway. But she's like, I don't even own a 5.5. I don't even own a 223 or 5.56 weapon, and she thought that he had planted that there. That's what she had told me. That she thought that Ian would have dropped it there.
all right. Do you have a 5.56? Did you shoot a 5.56?
No, I didn't. The only thing I brought up there was my 19.
Okay.
That was just my everyday
Your
carry.
rifle or anything? Your swap rifle? Your patrol rifle or anything?
No, I don't usually bring county weapons places.
Okay. No, I mean, if you did, you did. We're not here
I'll just tell you
for
if
that.
I did.
I know.
I'm not afraid to
Okay.
shoot a gun. Shoot a gun.
Okay. So that 5.56 was not involved.
No.
You'd have got shoot a 5.56 at night.
No,
223,
neither of us.
nothing.
There was not a 5.56 there. The only thing that's
All
there
right.
was
So
a
that just
blackout.
appeared there. So she might have.
Well,
You guys are assuming that had to do with.
She thought that he put it there.
Okay.
Because she said that he has rifles that are 223 5.56. So that's what.
Okay.
That's what she thought.
All right.
But then again, it's just like I've only got one story. I've only got one side of this whole entire thing, and it's her side about how he is.
Okay.
So I don't know really what's going on.
So as we know, there's a video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the deputies have seen it. Have you seen that video?
The video of
Ring camera.
the ring camera.
Ring camera. Have you seen it?
They showed me that yesterday.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So everything you've told me, it pretty much mirrors that ring.
To my knowledge, yeah.
Okay.
From what I did, yes.
Okay. All right.
I have nothing else.
All right. So it is. Time is-
11:27.
It is 11:27. This interview will conclude.